Well, first of all, if the Chinese authorities or the Hong Kong authorities think that I have not answered questions, surely they have a tape, they have got a transcript of the interview. They can release that and point to the fact that I haven't answered any questions. I think I absolutely thoroughly answered every question that I was asked. I was very polite and cooperative. And so before they're making these spurious accusations, they have to provide some evidence. Just release the tapes and let me know what I did not answer.
There are certain MPs, such as Ian Duncan-Smith and I think Nusgani as well, who are clearly on a list not welcome into China at the moment as well. But you think there's another list as well, don't you, which could include a lot more members, including the members of IPAC?
Well, indeed, and this is what the further implications are. I had no prior warnings. I turn up quite normally as a tourist into immigration border control and presented my passport. Everybody was given the clearance very quickly within a minute. They had their visa. And for me, there was a hold up and then 3 hours of interview and thoroughly searching my luggage and then bundled off very unceremoniously after 3 hours onto a plane back home. That was totally unacceptable, totally unexpected. And therefore, all I can think of is that there is a hidden list that the Chinese authorities need to release. Because you, after all, you book a flight, you book your hotel, all that expense, and they might have as well let me know beforehand that I'm not welcome. Well, let them be transparent and open about it. But if I'm on such a list, a lot of other people would be. I have not been a lot more outspoken about China than other MPs.
Indeed. Wera, can I just go back to one of the elements of my initial question about the larger implications? I know that there has been government representation. I think it was Douglas Alexander who raised the question. But do you think this should be elevated with the Foreign Secretary getting involved, or actually is there a level at which representation should be made, but actually we do need to coexist with China? We need to see about cross-pollination on investment. Does it have to actually damage wider relations, the fact that a very important member of Parliament in the United Kingdom is amongst those not welcome in China now, or actually are relations more important?
Well, I first of all want actually that it does get escalated and we are having access, or the Foreign Secretary actually sees the ambassador, and the ambassador answers more questions, just brushing it off that I have not cooperated, or that I should look at my past behavior when I've never been to Hong Kong before. Those answers are very, very unsatisfactory and actually untrue. So if we wanted to have a better relationship with China, built on trust, then clearly the ambassador has to come and explain and give us better answers than that they've given us before. If indeed it was about building better business relationships with China, then clearly it has to be on a basis of trust. We are looking around the UK after the unreliability of President Trump around the defense of Ukraine and around the global economy. Every country is now, unfortunately, trying to look for other strategic partners. But we have to be very careful who we pick. We have obviously been enjoying and valuing the special and the big importance of our special relationship with the US. To me, I mean, ideally, I would see that continue. But in the absence of that special relationship, we should look at Europe and the Commonwealth rather than going to China, who, particularly in this context of my experience, is not a very reliable partner at all.